Hey, what is up, Play City family? It's Bobby, and today we are gonna rock a keto seafood recipe that I know you guys are gonna love because you've been asking me, yo, Bobby, hook me up with more seafood recipes. And not only is this gonna be delish, but it's cheap, you guys. It's January. We're all still hurting from the holiday season, so if you don't have that much cash, but you wanna eat like you're a baller, this recipe is for you. It's crazy easy to make, and it only has 6 fresh ingredients, so let's do it, y'all. Keto seafood dinner. Almond flour and cheese crusted tilapia, pan fried until golden brown and delicious, and served with a low carb veggie pilaf with citrus, chilies, and herbs. And this video, once again, is sponsored by my good buddies over at Thrive Market. They are making healthy living easy and affordable for everyone, and that's why I love them. Probably even more why I love them is because all of their products are up to 30% cheaper than the grocery store. They're organic, non-GMO, all natural. And when you go on their website, it is so easy to search by keto, by gluten-free, vegan, whole30, paleo. And the coolest thing, we just made my own landing page called the Flav City Budget Bites because sticking with the new year, I want to hook you up with my favorite items that are crazy delicious on their website but aren't gonna break the bank. Come on, you know I love my Thrive Market organic grass-fed ghee. You know I love my coconut milk from there. And if you go to the website using my link down below, you will get 25% off your first order and a free 30-day free trial, which is gangbusters because now that it's cold out, and as you should see how much snow is out the window right now here in Chicago, I don't want to go outside, right? This just came to my door the other day and I don't even have to get out of my jams. So once again, big thank you to Thrive Market for sponsoring the video, and check out my Budget Bites landing page and use the promo code below because it is gangbusters. Before we do the tilapia, I want to get the veggie couscous rolling. So in this bowl right here, I have a little bit of zucchini and some cauliflower and some green peppers that I cut into couscous size. So the idea is that we want something that kind of reminds us of couscous and has that mouthfeel, but obviously we can't eat couscous because it's loaded in starch if you're on the keto diet. So I want to fire that guy up first. I'm preheating a nonstick pan. I'll tell you, this recipe goes so quick, and I love the fact that it only has 6 fresh ingredients, and we're gonna double dip the use of those ingredients so we can use it in the couscous and use the same ingredients in the fish and really maximize or get the most bang for our buck. Preheat non-stick pan over medium-high heat. Let's drizzle in some Thrive Market olive oil. Hey, maybe we'll have some Flav City olive oil, you never know. We'll do about a tablespoon and then add the veggies. So today's recipe is gonna make enough for 2 servings, but that amount of veggie is gonna be a good hearty portion of couscous on the side. As soon as that goes in, let's pinch in a half a teaspoon of salt, a few cracks of black pepper. Now, normally I would have sauteed some garlic and some onions first, but I really wanna stick to the 6 fresh ingredient limit and instead reach for some onion powder and garlic powder. This one came from Thrive Market. It's organic, it's delicious. And I'm gonna use that in the dredge for the tilapia later on. So why not add like a half a teaspoon each now and get that nice flavor in. So a half a teaspoon of the onion powder and a half a teaspoon of the garlic powder. All I wanna do is cook it through, but if you think about Israeli couscous or the big pearled couscous, it's nice because it's toothsome or al dente, it still has a bite. I wanna copy that texture with the veggie couscous also. So give it one little flipperino, and then I'm gonna move it to the back burner. All right, remind me to stir that in a few minutes, please. And then we can get going on the fish here. So I have 2 Ecuadorian farm-raised tilapia fillets. You have to be careful where you buy your tilapia because there's a lot of garbage farm-raised tilapia out there. A lot of that unfortunately comes from China. They overcrowd the ponds, they swim in dirty water. This is responsibly farmed, it's very good quality, and it's cheap. It's around like $6 per pound. Each fillet weighs about 1/4 pound. So we're talking like $2 per fillet. Now, we do have to dredge it and get some flavor in there. So for the dredging station, I have about 3/4 cup of almond flour. So half a teaspoon of garlic powder and half a teaspoon of onion powder. I said I'm gonna put some lemon juice in that couscous later on. Let's put the lemon zest first in the dredging here. So let's add the zest of 1 lemon. And then let's add some pecorino romano cheese. Now you can get a whole chunk of this for like $6 at the grocery store. And I like pecorino because it's the cheaper cousin to Parmigiano. It's a raw sheep's milk cheese from Rome. It's salty, it's nutty, it's absolutely delicious. So let's grate in like maybe a quarter cup here. And I think traditionally speaking, especially in Italy, they say that cheese and seafood doesn't mix, but that's hogwash, all right? Another British word, that's hogwash, mate. It's gonna be salty and form a nice golden brown crust, and then a little pinch of salt, and then a couple cracks of black pepper. Mix that up. If you wanted to keep this keto and you didn't have almond flour on hand, you can use coconut flour, no problem. Okay, before we dredge our fish in there, first I want to make it wet and sticky. It needs something to adhere to the almond flour crust. So let's drizzle over a little bit of this Thrive olive oil, and then I'll rub it all over. And then remember, think about seasoning at every step of the cooking process. I know the almond flour is seasoned, but I also want to pinch over a little bit of salt on the fish so everything has good flavor. And then flip the fish over, make sure there's enough oil on there and a little more salt. And then grab one of the tilapia fillets and then press it into the almond flour coating and really get as much on there as possible and pack it on both sides and then move it to a cooling rack set over a sheet tray. And then repeat the same process with the second fillet. All right, fish are ready to go. Hey, if you want to make the coating even more crispy on this, you can use the same dredging we did on those keto coconut shrimp the week before, which is the chicharrones or the pork rinds, coconut flour, and an egg wash. Oh, it's going to be crujiente and delicious. Non-stick pan, preheating over medium-high heat. Let's drizzle in enough olive oil to coat the bottom, plus a little more. If you saw my oils video last week, you know it's perfectly fine to pan fry and shallow fry in olive oil. It will not burn. And then, you know what? Let's gild the lily, as we say. Let's take a little bit of this Thrive Market ghee, because I love the flavor. If you follow me on Flav City Instagram, you know that this is my favorite product from Thrive. It's organic, it's grass-fed, and I put this over popcorn while watching some Netflix, and it's like movie theater butter popcorn, but the real deal. So let's add about a tablespoon to the olive oil. It's just gonna add that nice buttery flavor and complement the fruitiness from the olive oil. If you're saying, hey, yo, Bobby, popcorn ain't keto. No, it's not, but sometimes I gotta cheat. I need a little something to munching when I'm watching like Mrs. Maisel or like Tidying Up with Marie Kondo on Netflix, okay? That's what I'm just saying. All right, fish is down. The temperature of the pan is around 350. How do I know? I break out my infrared gun and I just take the temperature. As soon as the fish goes in, I just raise the temp a little bit because anytime you put food to oil, it drops. And I'm not gonna stuff both fillets in there because it'll drop the temperature way too much. And instead of getting golden brown, it's actually going to get soggy and oily. Let's give that a few minutes. In the meantime, our veggie couscous is done. Let me put a trivet down right here. It looks really nice, right? It's cooked through, but it still has a bite to it. Let's squeeze some lemon juice in there. My 6th fresh ingredient, which is totally optional. You can keep it at 5. I love these slippery but delicious red finger peppers or red hot chili peppers. They're not too spicy and they make a really cool garnish. So let me just grab my knife here, run it through. I'll save a little for garnish. Veggie couscous is done. Let me check it for seasoning. Delicious. I let lemon juice at the end, perfect amount of acid, and the veggies still have a bite. They're not soggy, exactly where I want them. All right, let's flip this fish and see how it's doing. You guys see how fast this is? This is honestly a 15-minute meal, but it's totally luxurious. Oh, yes. See, I love it. I love how that almond flour gets crispy, but you don't have that starch. You don't have that carbs that the all-purpose flour normally has. Let's go another 2 minutes, and then we'll yank it out. All right, let's get the fish out and set it down. You guys, that is the mere definition of golden brown and delicious. For all the germ police out there, Art wanted me to note that it's on the opposite side of the wire rack, not where the raw fish was. But that is awesome. It literally took a few minutes on each side. Less talking, more eating. Let's plate this dish and try it out. Let's get a big scoop of the veggie couscous and put that down on the plate. And then scoop up one of the tilapia fillets, put that down, and then garnish with a few more red chilies. And there it is, you guys. Almond and cheese crusted tilapia with a low carb veggie couscous. Come on, that looks money. The fact we did that for so little money and it's so low carb and so tasty is ridiculous. Art, we gotta try this. You guys, make sure you use my promo code for 25% off your first order at Thrive Market and a 30-day free trial so you can get the gear, the budget gear and ingredients to make this at home. Let's tuck in. Cheers. Guys, the seasoning's nice, right? The almond crust has good flavor. The fish is perfectly salted. Nice hit of lemon. And those veggies are just nice. It's a different way to eat veggies. Obviously, it's not starchy couscous, but it's a pretty good replacement to that, right?
I agree.
All right, you guys. Recipe is down below. It could not be easier. 6 ingredients, seafood, and eaten like a balla, but taking it easy on the old wallet. The macros are down there. The storage, the heating. If you want to meal prep this, double the recipe. Keep it in the fridge. Share this video. Sharing is caring. Subscribe to the channel for 1 to 2 videos every single weekend. But Art and I will see you next week. We got 2 more videos going below us right now. Until then, hashtag keep on cooking, mad love, peace. Nailed it.